like one of our friends here is getting arrested. They just called me over to see if I could look out after the dog. I'm not sure what she's getting arrested for. They said there may be a little hiccup. Hopefully I can look out after the dog. I am pretty good with dogs. I know the nice gentlemen here in blue are just trying to do their jobs. My great grandpa was actually police chief of LAPD, and I heard his job was hard enough. And these fine gentlemen out here, they're not creating the laws as they go. They're just upholding the laws that we make. They're just doing their job. So if you want to see real reform and not see stuff like this happen, you guys need to write your congressmen, your local representatives, so that the laws can be changed, so that these gentlemen have other avenues to go about helping these people out here on the streets. Because right now it seems like the only recourse is to keep them out of sight, out of mind, and lock them up. And we all know that's not the answer. So please say a prayer for all these gentlemen in blue. Say a prayer for all these people on the streets. It's not like they're enemies. They're both part of the same system that makes both their lives and jobs a lot harder. Officers, if you guys don't mind me asking, what are 3 things that would make your jobs easier? Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything I can make your jobs easier. 3 things make your jobs easier? Maybe they'll get back to us. Maybe they'll let us know what'll make their jobs easier. We could all imagine what would make their jobs easier, but the only ones who would actually know are the ones who have to go through it every day. And I'm sure it's not something they'd like to share lightly, so maybe one will be nice enough to share their experience with us.
I just see the layer, but it looked like it's further out.
So the trenches. It would be nice if we had some kind of separate program to deal with the homeless population. I understand myself that a lot of these homeless, they have criminal records, they're breaking the law. At the same time, a lot of these laws can be decriminalized so that these people don't have to break the law. Maybe they could, I don't know, I'm not a judge, I'm not a legal expert, but it seems to me like it doesn't take this many cops to come arrest a junkie and clean up some trash. I just hope we can get some kind of reform, and hopefully we can get some introspective from some of these people who work in the field every day. They could, give us some ideas on what we could do to help them out. Let's see if we're patient enough, if one of us will throw us a bone. That's a dog over there. She might lose it. It might come with me. We'll see. We do have a lot of soldiers in force. We got at least 2 sergeants. Seems to me like they got better stuff to do. I'm sure they know it. This stuff has to change. Our policemen shouldn't have to play trash men. This is not what they're trained for. These gentlemen, whether you would like to think it or not, they risk our lives for us. They risk their lives for us every day. They should not be out here picking up trash. Okay. Are you a social worker, sir? I'm sorry, are you a social worker?
No,
I'm not reporting you or anything. Are you with them?
I work with the city of Los Angeles.
I'm just wondering, is there anything, like 3 things that you could tell me, like maybe would make your job easier that I could share with people? Like, is there anything that I could share with people that to let them know, like, if we can do this, we can do that, then these people don't have to be out here?
We're working with the folks here.
Yeah, but it just seems to me that like police officers who risk their lives every day for us don't need to be out here picking up trash and dealing with,
Well, we come here with case managers. Case managers do come. But we ask. The biggest thing is just to work with, to engage with case managers, enroll with the services. It is a long way to get in, but it does happen.
So is it like a funding issue, like not enough logistics, not enough people, not enough funding, or?
It's just a lack of beds right now. Most of the shelters that we do have are full, so it's just waiting for bed availability. But what we do ask is to make sure that folks are still engaging with case managers, making sure that they're keeping up with them.
Trying to uplift themselves. Yeah.
Try to not just, of course, that, but also making sure they're engaging with case managers, making sure you have regular contact with them, so when a bed does become available, they're able to locate them and actually transport them into a shelter, so that way they're not living out here in the streets.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier if we could put like low jack on them or something. But that's kind of hard because they're transient.
And yeah, when most of the folks do stay here, but there is some folks that do shun case managers. They say, thank you, or.
Would you say that's one of the biggest things that keeps this from happening? Is people not following up with case managers and.
It is one of the factors, it's just one of the factors. Also, the lack of beds as well. It makes it a little bit difficult. I know many folks have had bad experience in shelters, so some folks don't want to go in, and I totally understand that. But each location could be a different, scenario.
Yeah.
I know folks that are very hesitant to go. Once they go in, they actually make friends there. They actually met their best friend there. During like the fires, there was one guy who they had evacuated from the shelter, who was living, who got permanently housed. They invited him to go to the house and stay there. But it is, people's lives are different. But the system, it does take a while, but it does work. So what I do ask, if folks,
I've seen it work. I've had friends that have been housed.
Yeah.
It's taken however long, but I've seen it work. So maybe it's just a lack of awareness if more people knew.
Yeah, and also just being a little bit more open-minded. I know it takes long. People are frustrated.
And they don't
Case managers are frustrated too. That they wish they during like the moment they contact, they can get you in somewhere.
Uh,
And unfortunately, that ain't the case. But just working with a case manager, you know, while you're waiting out on the streets, you can work with a case manager, getting document ready, getting your ID, getting your social, getting general relief, applying for all these things. So when you're in the shelter, you're more likely
be successful.
and a lot ready to get permanent housing, because they're looking for those factors when you're in shelter. It's, being document ready. So it's most likely you just need your ID, your social, and some kind of form of income. So
Okay.
those are like the simple steps that, you know, you could work with folks on that in order to, you know, boost your progress, you know, living out from the streets.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of distractions out here. Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to be a nuisance. I just, you know, I've been homeless before, and like my own family didn't take me in, but it seems like some of the people here were some of the ones that actually did take me in and looked out for me. So I'm just trying to, like, you know, if I can raise awareness, you know, try to figure out what I can to make things easier for you guys, so that you're better able to help people. This just seems kind of unnecessary, you know. There's a lot more going on, and
Of course.
it seems that like there's not enough awareness, and people whose job description doesn't include any of this, they have to kind of take over and wear two hats, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
No, for sure, and I get that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate you talking to
No,
me.
no problem. Thank you.